What's up, guys? Anthony here, Special Analysis. Welcome to the video. Want to do a quick update here before I wrap it up for the evening on Bitcoin. I did a video, I don't know, a few days back. I just want to kind of give you some insight to what I'm currently looking at. On the screen, you are looking at a 1 year, year to date, I should say, chart here. So you can look at the 1 year chart. Year-to-date chart, really kind of concentrated in on this topping formation. This is a daily candle rotation, meaning each candle represents 1 day's price action for the Bitcoin futures continuous contract. So we talked about this topping pattern here in the last video. I will cover it very, very quickly, but just notice as we place this high on March 13th, we do it on significantly lower buying volume than the prior several days, which is quite concerning. And as you can see, we've sold off. We came back to retest on strong volume, but notice that the volume then again, looking here at the bottom, just kind of dissipated off, took a little dip, come back in once again. Really nothing to write home about in the sense of this grand gesture of interest in trying to push Bitcoin any higher. So that to me really kind of sets the stage here for a topping pattern based on a few things. You can see obviously we made some lower highs here. This is the pullback, okay? So I'm a big fan of trend lines. I am what I would consider classically trained. I'd studied the way the market works, the way that it was, done 100 years ago, right? Before computers and technology and indicators and all this stuff. I essentially care about volume, price action, market context. Outside of that, not much else really matters. If I'm trading intraday, of course, I'm incorporating liquidity and order flow. But looking at the bigger picture, I'm really just focused in on, again, that volume, price action, market context. So we break this pullback here, right? This is a relatively secure upward trend line. You can see the low. You can see it was touched 2 more times, and then ultimately it was violated, falling into this significant low here, which I've had marked off, that I've been watching now for well over a month or two. We do pop back up. We do place a lower low, and it looks as though we have placed a lower high. And I want you to notice what is most meaningful to me, okay? Again, there's nothing on my chart other than the candles and volume. That's it, right? Anything else that's on my chart is my interpretation of what the market's doing, and I'm drawing it out for myself because it reinforces the thought process, and of course to help you guys have a better insight to exactly what I'm looking at. Notice that the volume here is just really depleted. I mean, just take a look, over the last couple days, how depleted that volume is, like how far that volume pulls back. Right? So what does that tell me when I place a classically defined reversal candle at resistance? This is the 3rd and 4th touch with descending overall volume, but particularly descending buying volume, right? The last 2 candles were green, meaning that the bias within that time frame, that day, was in fact a bias to the upside. Bias that the buyers were more interested than the sellers were, based on the proprietary calculations that the Hawkeye software prints. So what does this tell me? I mean, listen, we should very easily come in to retest this low. And if we flush this low, we should place a newly appointed lower low. And again, I've been targeting this area here, 53,500. I've been talking about that since I identified this high as it was starting to form. So we'll see what happens, right? But putting together market context, price action, volume, it looks fairly clear that unless there's an anomaly that comes into the market, that all of a sudden we get these super aggressive buyers for whatever the reason is, and that can always happen, right? Every trade has risk, but the market is ebbing and flowing congruent with the current price action being examined, the lack thereof volume, and the overall context. So just wanted to give you guys a quick update here, what I'm watching on Bitcoin, do a quick analysis update, interpretation, expectations, things of those nature, things that I do on a regular basis, so that you just kind of see what I'm seeing. Now, could we ultimately retest the high? Yeah, it's not impossible. All right, if we settle above this trend line, we could very easily come back and retest the high. But if we don't, from the way things look, again, unless there's some random surge of buying volume, some reason for that to exist, we look like we're holding that trend line pretty nicely. Got a nice reversal candle here, and you depleted in buying volume. So to me, putting those puzzle pieces together, volume, price action, market context, it looks like we've just placed a notably lower high. I'll update you guys in a couple days. We'll see how it all plays out. But of course, I want to just take this opportunity before I pack it up for the evening to share this with you. If you enjoyed this video, if you found it informational, educational, as it's meant to be, do me a favor, please like it. If you have questions, feel free to leave a comment below. And if you haven't subscribed to the channel yet, I ask you to do so. Guys, I appreciate each and every one of you. God bless, and I will see you in the next video.